Alright guys, it's finally here. What's going on? Let me introduce myself. My name is Nikki. I am 26 years old, and most of you know me as HK Smash. And a lot of you guys have been asking me, what do I need to do to start streaming? Or how do I do it? Things like that. And this is the reason why I'm making this video, is because you guys have been asking for it, and as a streamer myself, I wanted to, when I first started, I was always, just like you, looking around the internet, trying to find videos on, how-tos, what do I do, what do I look for, things like that. So this is pretty much just going to be my own personal journey from streaming to where I am now, and hopefully I've given you some creative ideas to start a stream of your own, or venture off into something else. So to give you a bit of a background, I started streaming on a website called TwitchTV, which most of you know is now Twitch. I was streaming World of Warcraft exclusively, and I never really took it seriously. And to this day, I look back and think to myself, what could have been if I did? And what I mean by that is interacting with my viewers on and off the stream. All I did was pretty much just stream raids, PvP. I was in a top PvP guild. I raided 5-6 days a week. I was doing PvP 7 days a week. Raid leading, PvP leading, arenas, you name it, I was doing it. I was playing the game for 12 hours a day, and just talk about grind. Like, I was totally grinding. And this was back in Burning Crusade, so it was definitely a long time ago. That's when I was really streaming. That's when I really enjoyed it. I never really took YouTube seriously as well, because then it was just kind of starting out. But now, I've started to take streaming a little bit more seriously, and I've been doing it about pretty much full-time since the PlayStation 4 launch. And I'm going to just kind of go over a few things that I think will help make you successful, and hopefully help you enjoy streaming. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is have an idea. And what I mean by having an idea is knowing exactly what you want to play. A lot of streamers that I know of have found a lot of success with streaming just one game, and some have found success streaming multiple games. For me, I started playing different games and trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Now, I'm not a professional gamer. I've never done any kind of pro tournaments. I mean, I've competed in MLG tournaments, but I've never actually, I've never been known to be a pro gamer. So I'm more or less just a regular guy, just playing video games and enjoying my time. If you're good at a game, stick to it, especially if you know the ins and outs. Most people in that community will gravitate to you if you know exactly what you're doing and you're doing a very good job at it. So start with a game that you know you're good at, stick to it. It could work for you, it could work against you, and the reason why I say that is if you're playing a game that's not very popular, even though you're very good at it, you're not going to bring in too many viewers, most likely, and it's going to be a very, very tough build for you. On the other hand, if you're playing games that are new, you'll most likely have a lot of success, because most people want to see that stuff, especially if they're not sure if they want to buy the game, or they want to see how other people are just starting to play the game. So if you have the funds to get new games and you're always ready to play new games, then you could definitely find some success. But that's completely up to you. I noticed personally that when I switched back and forth between games, it was good and bad. The good was that I was reaching different audiences. So I'd go from a game, for example, let's say I was playing Outlast on PS4. I would get a certain audience from that, and then I would switch over to NBA 2K14, and then I would get a different audience from that. And some people actually only come to watch me play NBA as opposed to Outlast, or mainly I've been playing Killer Instinct on Xbox One. And a lot of people from the fighting community have come out and watched me play Killer Instinct. But then if I switch over to something else, say Diablo, most of those people aren't going to watch. Which brings me to my next topic, is your approach. and how your image, well, continuing on, is how you approach your stream. And to get a little bit more into detail is how you interact. I've been playing online games for as long as I can remember. And the one thing I really love about it is the fact that you can communicate with other people. And what Twitch allows you to do is being able to communicate with people in your chat and maybe play games alongside your viewers, which is a great opportunity to really build a fan base. I pride myself in doing whatever I can to interact with all of my viewers. Anyone that's in the chat, if they say hello, I'm going to try to say hello back to them. If they send me a tweet, I'll tweet back at them. If they send me a message on Facebook, I'll message them back. You know, if they leave a comment on YouTube, I'll comment back or something. You know, it's very important that you want to give your viewers a reason to come back. So doing anything that you can to make sure you're as interactive as possible is definitely going to bring people back to your stream. As of now, I've been streaming full-time since November, so I've had a good amount of viewers who come back every single stream just because they know I'll hang out with them and just BS with them. Some people don't come back because I'm not playing the games they want to see, but you want to create that interaction with people, because I got to tell you, it's probably the most rewarding thing ever, is knowing that you've got almost you know, like they're like friends essentially. They're coming back, they're just hanging out and playing games alongside of them, and you know, answering questions. It's really a lot of fun. So if you could figure out ways to interact, you know, for example, I actually use, let me just show you guys here. I use my iPad, and I have it sitting in front of me. So right now, the camera that I'm using is actually the monitor, the sitting above the monitor that I use when I play all of my games, whether it's PC, PS4, Xbox One. I'm looking directly at it, but I actually have this iPad set up in front of me so I can look at the chat. So it's easier for me to, like, if I need to take, not necessarily look in this direction or look around, I'm actually looking directly at it. So it's easier for me to interact with the chat. But there are so many different things that you can do. You know, for PC gamers, sometimes you'll play a game that's windowed, and you can set up the chat next to it. It's really your preference. I think having a device like this has really helped me step my game up in interacting with people and just seeing the chat in real time, and being able to just speak to whoever it is that's talking to me if they ask a question or if they just say hello. It's made my life a lot easier. So try to interact as much as you can. Probably the best suggestion I can give you out of this whole video, is to give them a reason to come back. Now, the stigma behind streaming is, you know, for anyone that you know, has been watching other streamers, the big streamers, and I'm gonna drop a few names that I've been watching for a while. Guys like Swifty, Tally, you know, those guys. I've been watching them for a long time. I've been playing WoW just as long as they have, if not longer. I mean, not anymore. I stopped playing WoW, but I've been playing World of Warcraft. I played it since vanilla, even before then, and I'm sure those guys were around too. But I've been watching them and watching them grow for quite some time, and I think the stigma behind streaming is, well, for most people that want to start, is like, I want a house, I want sponsorships, I want partnerships, I want money. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're watching this video because you want to know how to make money from streaming, you might as well stop watching the video, delete your Twitch account, and just find a different hobby. And the reason why I say that is because it's not about making money. And I got to tell you, I've had so much fun streaming. It's probably the most rewarding thing next to my actual day job that I've done in my life. And that's what keeps me coming back. Yeah, it's a plus if you make a little bit of money on the side, whether it's from donations, if you get a Twitch partnership, or if you have a YouTube partnership and you work for you know, you get a partnership with like a third party and you get, you know, monetized checks, whatever it is. That's great. And for some people who were on YouTube that were making money on YouTube, decided to stream, because streaming right now is so insanely saturated with there's just so many people, especially with the next generation consoles that have it built right in. You know, there are people who are using Twitch to make money, which is completely understandable. But if you're just starting out and the one thing you've got in your mind is, I want to get a partnership. I want to buy a house with that money. I want to get all kinds of equipment. Stop. Stop while you're ahead. You're in it for the wrong reasons. I've said it from the get-go. I'm doing this for fun, and I'm going to continue to do it until it's not fun anymore, and I don't think I'm going to stop anytime soon. Now, at this time, right now, as I'm making this video, I am not a partnered streamer on Twitch. I do not have a partnership. The only partnership I have is actually with AstroGaming, which brings me to my next thing is partnerships. You know, Twitch does have some strict guidelines when it comes to getting a partnership. Now, you need to have a certain amount of viewers. Some people who started streaming for 2 months, 3 months, they've gotten their 15 minutes of fame and it ended up working out for them and they got a Twitch partnership. Me, on the other hand, I've been streaming for a little over 6 months now and I have not gotten a partnership. One reason probably is because I don't have enough viewers, and that's perfectly fine. Have I applied for a partnership? Yes, I have. Have I gotten a response? No. Is that a good thing? Probably. But I think with the amount of feedback that I've gotten from my viewers is, you know, they really enjoy watching the content that I'm putting out there, and that's really the reason why I would like a partnership, is that it will allow me to continue to stream, because I do have a full-time job. I do stream full-time, so this is kind of like working 2 jobs. But I enjoy it. I absolutely enjoy what I do. So it doesn't really feel like a job. I have to kind of compare it to a job because you're actually I'm dedicating time to it. You know, I have a set, not really a set schedule, which is, which could be, you know, something that would work against me, but I do make sure I stream at least 4 to 5 days a week, for a certain amount of time. And, you know, I try to do whatever I can, whether it's one game or different games. There's really nothing special with it. I just, you know, I make sure that I get on my stream, I broadcast, I interact with my viewers, and I do what I got to do. And I've been doing videos on YouTube and, you know, highlights and editing videos for my YouTube channel, which has definitely helped too. So it's definitely a grind if you're looking to get a partnership. If you really enjoy, you know, what you're doing with it, a partnership might be in your future. I would love to do this full time. You know, and actually make a living off of it. But right now, that's probably not going to happen at the moment, but I'm still going to continue to do it because I enjoy it. I have way too much fun to just give it up. So don't get discouraged. When I first started when I started up again, I could barely pull 2 viewers for like 3 or 4 months. Like, it took time. Like, I would stream, and it felt kind of strange. I felt like I was talking to myself. I was sitting in front of my my PlayStation, and I was just talking and talking, and there was maybe 2 or 3 people watching it, and I was like, okay, this is kind of strange. I was sitting in my living room and just playing, what was I playing? Battlefield, and I would just kind of sit there and talk, and nobody was watching me, and that was totally fine. You know, I was still in the process of trying to figure out, what do I need to do to make it different. You know, how do I bring people in? And it's just a process. It takes time. So if it is something you really want to do, you need to have patience. It's probably the toughest thing, and I will be honest, at times it does get discouraging. You know, I'll look at my viewer count. Sometimes, you know, when I first started, I would see 2, 5, 7. I'd get excited if I got over 10. You know, and then it would drop down. I'm like, oh, what did I do wrong? You know, so it's gonna fluctuate. You know, it's gonna be an uphill battle, but I think it's all worth it in the end. Right now, you know, I average I mean, I can get anywhere between 50 and 100 viewers at times. Sometimes I get 20 or 30. You know, it really, you know, this month has been really good so far, where the number has been really high. But I know that when I stopped looking at the viewer number, that's when it was kind of like stress off my shoulders, because most people are like, okay, I gotta get 500 viewers, I gotta get 1,000 viewers, I have to get this many to get a partnership. My suggestion, don't even look at the number. Who cares? Don't look at it. Just focus on being yourself, interacting with your viewers, and enjoying what you're doing, because if people see that you're enjoying what you're doing, who cares about the actual viewer number? It will come. It just takes time, but you gotta be willing to put the work in. So that was definitely the best thing I've ever done. I depend on my chat. If the chat sees that there's a big number in there, they'll tell me, and I'll see it and be like, all right, cool, let's keep it going, let's keep the hype going. And then if not, you know, it is what it is. I'm still having fun, so it doesn't really matter. And that's the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is be yourself. Don't put on an act. Don't be an idiot. Just be yourself. That's what people want to see. I'm just being real. I'm being 100% here. Be yourself. You know, don't be a fool. You know, don't be an idiot. I mean, if cosplay's your thing, that's cool. That's one thing. But, you know, just go out there and be who you are. People want to see that. You know, I really enjoy just kind of sitting here and playing games and talking to people. That's just the kind of person I am. I enjoy interacting with people and just enjoying my time playing video games and just in sharing my thoughts and opinions with like-minded people. So putting on an act is just not really the best thing in the world. I mean, some people get away with it, like, you know, being an asshole on stream, and people love that shit. But me, on the other hand, I just like to be myself, and that's what's going to bring people into your stream. So just be yourself. Don't put on an act, and show people that you really enjoy doing what you do. Do not go out and spend money on equipment and all kinds of crazy crap. I've always told people, you know, especially for the console gamers, because I've mainly been playing console games on my stream, use what's given to you. Use what Sony and Microsoft have given you. If you've got a PlayStation 4 and you've got a camera, use it. It's free. It's right in front of you, dude. Like, don't go out and buy monitors, buy a microphone, buy a rig, and all kinds of crazy stuff. Just use what's given to you, and really know if that's something you want to start with. When I started off, I used my. You can go back and see my archives. You'll see that I started on the PlayStation 4 with a camera. I used the whole setup. This is way before they released the new update a few weeks ago. That's where I got my start, and then once it started to pick up, you know, I got some donations. I think I got lucky, and you know, I used the donation money to get myself. You know, I went out and got a green screen. I got some software. I used my computer, and I upgraded some parts of my computer, and I started using XSplit, and it really helped the image of my stream. And I started pulling more viewers in, and then I was like, okay, cool. Then more viewers, and then I started getting more donations, and then all these different ideas started to pile in, and I started thinking about all these different things. And then once I started having all these different ideas, it allowed me to really branch out and be creative and kind of take risks. You know, I will tell you, to be honest, I took a lot of risks, and I went out and, you know, I got a bunch of different monitors. Like right now, I've got a monitor that I'm using right now to game on, and I've got 2 more next to me. So I've actually got 3 monitors. I use my own. I actually use that computer back there to do some other things for the stream, as far as like editing video, and I've even got my own MacBook Pro. I've had this stuff even way before I started streaming, but I've been using it to my advantage. I actually have a rig that I stream from, which was actually donated to me from a friend, so it's helped a lot. So don't go out and spend your money. Please don't do it. It's a bad idea. I took a risk, and I spent a lot of money on some equipment because I thought I could really make something of this, because I really enjoy doing it. So at the same time, it was worth it because I just enjoy it, and I wanted to make my life easier and make it easier for you guys to interact with me if I had all this equipment set up properly. But at the same time, for those of you that aren't really sure if you want to start streaming, do not spend your money. Just use what's given to you and start from there. That's my suggestion. Now, as far as the donations and the whole money situation, you know, kind of going back to the whole partnership thing, I have been using the donation money that has been given to me to help maintain the stream. I've bought software. I've upgraded some of the hardware. I've been able to get a new graphics card, a microphone, pop filters, you know, like the small things like that. I haven't used it for my own personal gain. I haven't paid any. I haven't used it to buy, like, you know, clothes or anything like that. I leave the money in there for giveaways. I use it for, you know, getting new equipment if I need it. Other than that, I leave it alone. I don't even touch it. I don't use it to pay any of my credit card debt, you know, as much debt as I'm in. I don't use any of that donation money. So the next thing, as far as that, don't ask for money it's really stupid. You know, think of it as think of a donation as it's like a charity kind of situation. You know, if you're you know, you're walking down the street and you see some guy playing a guitar on the sidewalk, and he's just got his bucket out there, and someone drops $1 in there. Cool. You know, if you like what you see, drop $1. Cool. It helps me out. It helps, like, you know, that's the way I think of it. But I'll never directly say like, hey, you in the chat, if you don't mind, you want to spot me like $20? Like, that doesn't work. It does not work that way. Don't expect it either. It's not a bad idea to put the donation there for people that want to support you, but you got to give them a reason to support you. You know, if they enjoy what they're watching, it will come. And other than that, don't expect it. If it's there, cool. If it's not, fine. But that's, as a streamer right now, that is how I am keeping this alive, is from those donations. And what else? As far as, you know, things like gear, you know, and being yourself and putting all this stuff together, you know, it's, you know, the hard work that I've been putting into this, and all the equipment that I've gotten, you know, as far as being yourself and really enjoying what you do and showing people what you love to do, good things will come. You know, you guys see me wearing an AstroGaming shirt. I've got, you know, I've actually got my own Astro tags. You know, AstroGaming gave me a partnership, and I'm now a part of their stream team, and they hooked me up with headsets to give away to my viewers, which is amazing, so thank you guys. You know, good things will come. You just have to be patient, and you have to be willing to put in the work. You know, so I'm very happy with, you know, where my stream has come and where it's going to go. I think it's only going to go up from this point. You know, tell your friends, you know, be active, you know, be proactive. You know, tell your friends about the stream, tell them to, you know, retweet it. You know, if you have a Twitter account, use it. If you have a Facebook page, you know, make one if you don't have one. You know, I think YouTube is a great way to get out there too. If you enjoy making videos, that is. You know, I enjoy edit. I am at nowhere near professional editing, graphics, none of that stuff. Like, I'm horrible with it. I can't even use Photoshop. As easy as I'm sure it is, I am not very good with it. But I've asked friends for help, and they've been willing to help me, so you just have to be willing to ask for the help. So don't be afraid to do that. You know, put yourself out there. You know, there's nothing wrong with trying, and at least saying that even if it does fail, you can't say that you didn't try, you know. So I think you just have to be willing. Like I said, you have to be willing to put in the work. Don't expect to get money from it. Don't expect to make a living off of it unless you actually get a partnership. You know, just don't have that mindset. That's the biggest thing. If you leave this video today, if you take something away from this, don't go into streaming with the mindset thinking that you're gonna make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. It's just not how it works. Just enjoy what you do, and if people like what you're doing, they will help you, and eventually the viewers will come, and it'll all work out. You know. You know, I may or may not get a partnership on Twitch. I don't know that. But I will say that I enjoy it, and the effect that I've had on some people positively is really, really great, and that's what keeps me coming back. Which brings me to the next topic is feedback. I have been taking a lot of feedback from my viewers, from followers, whatever, positive, neutral, and negative. So it's very important that you have, if there is a mindset that you gotta go, you know, into streaming, is having that open-minded, that mindset. And what I mean by that is, you know, the internet is a place for people to troll. There are a lot of mean individuals out there. You have to be willing to take it on the chin sometimes. You know, there are times, even now, like I get tweets all the time where people tell me I should go kill myself. Okay. I've never met you in my life, but so what? And then I get feedback from people that they love what I do, and they can't wait for me to stream again, and they look forward to actually watching me play video games. And I get messages from people telling me, you know, I'm a huge gym rat. You know, I'm in the gym 5-6 days a week. You know, I never take a rest day, and you know, I really try to get people to be active, and you know, I try to show the gaming community that, you know, gamers are not just fat and lazy and, you know, they just sit there and they eat Doritos and Mountain Dew all day long. It's, you know, I actually, you know, I'm sitting for 8 to 10 hours at a time, you know, sometimes it hurts, and I have to make sure that I'm staying in shape and I'm doing the right workouts and I'm taking care of my body, because it could have a negative, you know, streaming could have a negative effect on you, but you need to be willing to take care of yourself. And I think showing that to my viewers has definitely inspired some people to go out and, you know, take better care of themselves. But anyways, you know, people are gonna troll. People are gonna get, you know, they might get the best of you sometimes, and it's what you make of it. You know, for me, I don't allow any of that shit in my chat. You know, I'm just being straightforward here. If trolls come in and they wanna be rude, they just want to talk shit, you're out of here. Like, I do not care. If someone comes into your chat, or it's like someone comes into your house and starts throwing rocks, dude, get out of here. Like, that's just not happening. No negativity. And I think that's what makes it fun is, you know, people come into your stream because they want to just have a good time. They want to unwind after work or after a long day. It's been a stressful day, whatever it is. They depend on you to make their day better. So the last thing you want is to have a bunch of negativity going on. I just kind of block that shit out. You know, I welcome it. You know, if people want to troll me, that's fine. You're just going to get ignored. So it's just a waste of their time. But I welcome all feedback. You know, I've gotten negative feedback from people who are very positive towards me, and that's just because they want to see me succeed. So I've taken everything. So you have to be willing to take that feedback, positive, negative, neutral, wherever it comes from. Just be open and listen to whatever people are asking of you or giving their feedback to you, and it's going to make your life 1,000 times easier. But that is pretty much most of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I hope that this video kind of helps you get an idea of what you need to do to get started. And I hope that if you start streaming, it's very successful. I think, even though I'm not a partnered streamer, like I said, my stream is I think it's very successful in my eyes. You know, I think I have a loyal following. I have very loyal followers that come and they watch every single day, and they appreciate everything that I do, and I appreciate them for coming out and watching me every single day and sharing my stream and telling their friends about it and telling their friends and their friends about it and their parents and whatever. You know, it's the support is unbelievable. I wouldn't have any of this stuff in front of me, and I wouldn't be making this video if it wasn't for them. And it's going to continue to be that way until the very end. I'd love to hear about your streams. Any suggestions that you guys have for me, or any questions that you guys have, please leave them in the comments below. You know, I really hope you guys, you know, you guys find some kind of success in your streams, and whether it's on Twitch or if you're a YouTube video kind of person, you know, you'll find. I think anyone will find success as long as you put your mind to it. But yeah, I enjoy what I do, and I hope you guys do as well. And yeah, I hope it helped. See you guys. Peace.